Hey guys, Constance here. Welcome back to A Good Life Farm. So I'm getting ready to do a little bit of baking today. I'm making some bread, and I realized I never shared about my new grain mill that you can see back there on the counter. And so I thought I would bring you in here while I am preparing my wheat and share a little bit about my new mill while I'm at it. So this is my new mill right here, and I've actually got the lid off because I just poured some wheat into the top here, into the reservoir or bin or whatever you want to call it. This is the Nutri-Mill Harvest mill, and I ordered it a few months ago and I've been using it, and this is the second mill that I have shared with all of you guys. My original mill is the family grain mill, and I got that mill back in about 2006, and it is a great mill. It is still working very well. I'm still using the original burrs for that mill. It does a great job. It's a really stick with it, last forever kind of mill. However, my one complaint with that mill, or the one thing that I would have changed about it, is that I wished that it ground the wheat just a little more finely, because at its finest setting it's still pretty coarse, and so that has always been my one little thing if I could change about it. Well, I've been seeing a lot of people using this mill, the Nutri-Mill Harvest grain mill, and I saw some footage of, I can't remember who it was. There was somebody that I saw on Instagram showing some close-up footage of the flour coming out of their mill into a bowl, and I looked at it and I'm like, that is really fine flour. And so I thought about it for quite a while, and eventually I just made the decision to just go ahead and go for it, and I got myself this mill. And the first time I used it, I was really happy with how nice and fine the flour was that came out of that. And so it made a little bit of a difference in the bread that I got out of it, and I have found that with the more finely milled flour, I'm able to use my freshly milled wheat for some of the recipes that I wasn't able to do that with before. And so I'm very happy that I made this investment. I still have my other mill, my family grain mill. I will hang on to that for ever as far as I'm concerned, because with that mill I not only have a power base where I can just turn it on and it does it for me, I also have a hand crank. So if something were to happen, I can use that mill to mill wheat or other grains, and I don't need electricity to do so. That was one of the reasons I got that mill way back when. So the one thing about this mill is I noticed that when you turn the knob right here that's in the top, this is what adjusts how fine or coarse your product is on the other end when it comes out. When you put it down as finely as it goes and then turn it on, it doesn't like that. So what I do, and I don't know if this is for all of them, but this is what I do with this one. I have one of my little measuring cups here, and I turn it on, and right after it starts, then I crank it down as tight as it goes, and when the super fine flour starts coming out, I'll swap it to this to collect all of the flour, and then the coarse stuff that I have in here, I just dump it back into the top and let it go back through there, and then I end up with all nice fine flour that I can use for my recipes. a good bit of the afternoon packaging up boxes. So in the morning, as soon as the post office is open, actually before the post office is quite open, I will head there so that I am there when they open up and I can get all of those coffee mugs mailed out to everyone who had ordered them. Now, I have not mentioned it in a video, but I've posted it on all of my social media. I did a short live video last week, the day that the coffee mugs went live on Etsy, that they had sold out like unbelievably fast, something like 10 minutes. And I had been shocked at what had happened. I mean, I expected to sell out, but not that fast. You know, I thought it would be a little bit. And so I had talked about potentially doing another order or something like that. Well, a subscriber, one who had missed out, I think, on getting a mug, suggested that I do a pre-order instead of just making an order and having people buy them like the first time around. That way, people who want to get one can order it and nobody has to miss out. And I thought, that is a great idea. And so that day, I opened up pre-orders, and I have been taking pre-orders for several days. And this video will be going up on Monday. And as of Monday, there's a couple more days yet where you can still put in an order. So I thought that this is a much better option than me just guessing how many mugs I might need and then putting them on Etsy, because this way I don't have to worry about having the right number. Whoever wants one can order one and they'll be able to get them. So if you are still interested in getting one of the handmade pottery mugs like I have here, you can head to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link down below directly to the mugs. Now there's only one listing for mugs, but there's a drop down where you can select whichever color you want. And again, I had 4 different colors that I had ordered this time around. And all 4 of those colors are still there, still available to be picked from. But then I'm also making it where both of the logo versions are available in all 4 of those colors as well. Since this is a pre-order, it makes it easy to be able to do that. So if you would like to order a mug, head on over. You have a couple more days that you can get an order in. I'll be closing it down on the 15th. And submitting my order. I'm going to head out and do chores. I hope you have a lovely week. Thanks for hanging out with me here in the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance at A Good Life Farm, and I'll talk to you all next time.